Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with something completely different for this channel. So I have been asked so many times over the last few months if I can start uploading Chatty Get Ready With Me videos. Most people are asking if I can do it on my other channel. I don't think that I'm ever gonna go back to my other channel. I still get really stupid, nasty comments on that channel weekly. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the type of people that channel attracts. So I'm gonna test uploading them on this channel once a week. So we'll see if you guys like this. I was gonna do a kind of life update video anyways, so I can just do it in a get ready with me style, kind of like I used to. So that's why I look like I just get out of the shower and I don't have any makeup on, because I will tell you guys, I don't use a ton of new makeup. I have some here, but I've really slowed down on buying makeup, so you will just see me using a lot of the products that I already have, which I do have a lot. So you will see different products probably each week, but they're not anything new. So anyways, I do have just a ton to talk about today, and I'm gonna jump right in. You can see I'm in my new filming space. This is actually really cool, this wall next to me. My husband did this for me. I'm gonna actually pan you over a little bit just so you can see. It's really cool. He took pictures of some of my favorite perfumes. We've got a Dream House, we've got an Untamed. This one he grabbed off the internet. We're gonna redo this one because we don't like how it turned out. This one he grabbed off the internet as well. And then there are two more up there that are mine, and then one more that he grabbed off the internet. So I'm also gonna play around with filming on my phone. The only reason I didn't today is because I don't have a microphone for my phone right now. So I'm gonna have to figure out the sound situation, but my phone is way better quality. I found that out when I started doing my sample of the day videos, which will be coming back as well this week. We have been moved in we're officially going into our second week living here. Is this our second week? Yes, our second week living here, and we're finally settled. Everything is unpacked. Okay, so there's a lot of sunlight coming in. The natural light in this room is just amazing. I'm gonna get you zoomed in, and we're gonna get going on some makeup. My hair, I'm testing a new shampoo and stuff, and I think I really love it, but I'll tell you guys about it after I've played with it for a little bit. But anyways, I'm gonna start with my e.l.f. This is the Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I've got a mirror here too that I can look into. I pretty much use this kind of like I would a highlighter, and put it on like the places that I would put highlighter. I have not been using foundation because my skin has been so, my skin has just been so messed up recently. It's really, really sensitive. It breaks out very easily. I finally have gotten it under control because I can only use like 2 or 3 products on it, and that's it. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Things kind of started to go downhill right around the time that Charlotte and I took that trip to the beach. And that trip to the beach was kind of an omen. I should have known to listen to what was being told to me, which was to not take that trip to the beach. Things started going really badly. My mom was having some issues at that time, and it was supposed to be a girls' trip sorry, my dog she's scratching herself. It was supposed to be a girls' trip for me, my mom, and Charlotte. And I'm gonna use my Armani, this is the Luminous Silk Concealer. This is pretty much all I'll use. I don't use you know what I forgot? Hold on, before this. I cannot forget the most important part of my makeup routine, which is this Becca and Smashbox, because Becca's gone. So I guess Smashbox just bought the rights maybe to this concealer. This is the Under Eye Brightening Corrector in Fair Light. I know that Catrice makes one too. It's like $6. This is like $30 or something. So I would definitely check out the Catrice one because I've heard it's literally the same thing. But you can see it's insane how brightening it is. It takes away any darkness under there. It's amazing. So anyways, my mom ended up, she was having some issues at that time and she couldn't go. And then the morning that we were supposed to leave, Charlotte was not feeling good, so she really didn't want to go. And but it was like past the cancellation window because you've got like, you know, you can cancel up to 24 hours or whatever, up to 24 hours in advance. But we were, you know, it was the morning of, so I was beyond that. And I had paid like almost $600 for a hotel for 2 nights. And I really, really did not want to lose $600. So actually, I think I would have only lost like 1 night, so close to $300. But still, I didn't want to lose any money. So I told Charlotte, I know you're not feeling good, but let's just go down there. It was like it's like a 3-hour drive. We'll just go down there. And if you're not feeling good, we'll just hang out in the hotel room. It was a beachfront hotel, so we could just sit on the balcony and look at the ocean. I would have been fine with that. She and I don't really like to spend a lot of time like around a lot of people anyways. I know that sounds horrible, but we just don't. So, you know, it was fine. So she was like, yeah, that's fine. If I'm not feeling good, I'm not gonna, you know, want to do anything. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. So we just ended up going anyways, which was fine. And the trip was fun. We had a good time. It was a really nice trip. We had a lot of fun. But the trouble started when we got home. So right before I left, one of my dogs, Molly, her eyes like got really, really red, and they started, they were kind of like red and pussy, like she had conjunctivitis. So I got on the internet and I researched, you know, what is going, like her symptoms, and that's what a lot of the vet websites said, was that it was conjunctivitis, because dogs can get conjunctivitis too. And they said that you can actually cure it with green tea. And I'll try anything natural first before I take my animals to the vet, unless it's something really serious, which we'll get to in a second. But I'll try what I can at home first, because my dogs are really like terrified. They're very scaredy cat dogs. They had a couple situations when they were tiny puppies that happened to them. One with a vet that was not good, and one with another dog that like set their whole personality, and it just made them very scared dogs. So I try not to take them to the vet unless I really, really have to. So that's about it. That's what I do for my base. I don't, because if I cake any more makeup on it, it just doesn't look good. And yeah, I just don't like to look cakey. I am gonna throw just a tiny bit of powder under my eyes just to take a little bit of that shine off. And I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me powder and a little AOA velvet thing. So anyways, I started the green tea immediately. Like, you just brew green tea, and I would put it in a syringe and I would just drop it in her eye 4 times a day, I think, or 3 times a day. And it worked like a charm. Her eyes cleared up, and by the time, that was another reason I didn't want to leave to go to the beach and leave Molly with my husband, because he's fine and he can fully take care of her, but he works all day, and you know, I was just worried about leaving her, but she was pretty good, you know, she was good before we left. So anyway, Charlotte and I go to the beach, and when we come back, I think we'd been back from the beach maybe 2 days, and I noticed right before we were going to go to bed one night that Molly's breathing had really sped up. You know how like when a dog is having a dream, like they dream they're running or something, and they're in their dream, they're breathing really fast when they're asleep. Or sometimes it happens when they're really hot, they'll be breathing really fast when they're sleeping. Well, she was breathing like that all the time. So again, I was like, well, I'm just gonna see, you know, I'll wait until tomorrow. If it doesn't get better by tomorrow, I'm gonna take her into the vet. So we got up the next day. She wasn't better, so I immediately called the vet and told them what was going on, and they were like, okay, well, we can get you in at, it was like 3 o'clock or something today. So I took her down there, and thankfully I have a really, really good vet. She's actually a chiropractor vet too, and I've taken both my girls there because both my girls, since they're half dachshund, they've had some back issues. Like they've thrown out their backs, and both of them have, and she has fixed them completely. So I really trust her, and she's just a really good vet. She's not the nicest lady in the world. Like, she's kind of judgy. She's kind of like, she's just not super, super nice. She doesn't have a really like comforting bedside manner. She is very like to the point, will tell you how it is, and will basically tell you like, if you would have done this, this wouldn't have happened, kind of thing. But it's okay. I can appreciate that about her because she cares about your animal, and that's why she gets like that, and I'm fine with that. So anyways, I get Molly down there, she listens to her, and she was like, she's in congestive heart failure, and she's full of fluid, and we need to get all this fluid off of her like immediately. And she told me right then she's only got maybe 6 months to a year to live, and I like, because it came out of nowhere. It literally, I'll tell you, she did have one symptom, and I'll tell you what it is, because if it can help somebody else, then that doesn't have to go through what I've been through, then I will be glad. But she really didn't have any symptoms of anything until the eye swelling started, which I know now is connected to it. I didn't know though back then. And my vet didn't even say anything about the eye swelling or the eye goopy like redness being connected to the heart failure. I just know that it is because I can tell. Well, I'll get into that a little later. But anyways, so I'm just like trying to come to terms with the fact that she just told me that my dog, now mind you, Molly, my dogs are 13 years old, like 13 and a half years old. They're old girls. I've had them since they were 8 weeks. I know that they're going to start having health issues at this point because they're getting old, they're aging. But I'm trying to like come to grips with the fact that she just told me that my dog has congestive heart failure and is basically dying. And I was super upset. So she's like, I'm gonna give her an injection. We need to get this fluid off. So she was like, I'm gonna inject it right into one of the veins on her paws, and hopefully she'll start, sorry, that's Hannah. Hopefully she'll start peeing right away, which she's gonna pee all the fluid out. And I was like, okay, do whatever you have to do. So she gives her the injection, and then she starts telling me, she's gonna have to be on heart medication the rest of her life. And then she's telling me like where I can get the prescriptions filled, and just basically, just giving me information. So we get done, and I go out to the lobby, and she's giving me instructions for what to do over the next couple of days to take care of her. And I'm sorry, Molly or Hannah's under this desk. I'm sitting in the lobby waiting, and all of a sudden Molly starts to whimper, like the injection that she had just given her is kicking in, and she starts to cough, like this kind of dry, like cough, like she can't, like, I don't know, like something's happening. And then she starts to whimper, like, and I'm holding her. And all of a sudden she looks at me, and she has got just dead fear in her eyes. Like she knows something really bad is going to happen. And she starts like foaming like fluid starts coming up out of her mouth and she starts foaming, and all of a sudden she just like dies. Like she just keels over, and I'm like holding her in my arms, and she just like keels over. Mind you, this has all happened in like a day. Like I'm still trying to process what is even happening. And so I start crying, and the vet tech at the desk immediately runs and gets the vet, and they both come out, and Molly's eyes are wide open. They're glazed over. I thought she was gone. She basically was gone. Her tongue was stuck in the, like she was biting down on her tongue, like she was gone. And so, and I'm like a wreck. I'm just crying. And my poor Charlotte is next to me, and my little girl is so stoic. She's just like, sorry, this is so hard to talk about. It's really hard to relive it because it was awful. But anyway, Charlotte is just like so stoic. She's just sitting there. Like she doesn't want to get upset in front of people. So she's just like sitting there. I can't even comfort her because I was such a wreck. I was just crying and like bawling because I thought my dog was dead. And sorry, I'm gonna use my little powder puff to wipe this. Okay, I'm gonna use, this is my Sheet Glam blush that I just got, and I love it. I've had it for a couple months now. And then I got a little brush to match it, which is so cute because it's got like a cat paw on it. The vet, basically all the vet can do is just sit there and listen to her heart. And she said she was telling, I think the vet tech, but I just overheard her. She told the vet tech that, she didn't know what was going on. She wasn't in pain. She was not in pain. And we didn't know if she was going to make it or not. Her heart rate got down to 40 beats per minute. And I mean, she was gone. Like she was just barely hanging on to life. But I don't even know. My sweet Molly she was not ready to go. So she fought. She hung in there, and she just slowly came back to life. The vet tech sat there, and the vet tech was basically just syringing fluid out, and the vet was just listening to her heart the whole time. And it took about 10 minutes, but Molly came back to life. She just came back to life. And it's funny because every time I take her into the vet now, they either call her Wonder Dog, or if a new vet tech sees her, they know who, they've heard, everybody's heard about her. They'll say yeah, I've heard you're a really special dog, because she literally came back from the dead. She died for all intents and purposes. She pretty much died. And so anyways, she finally woke up, and she was conscious, and I, grabbed her again, and I was just holding her, and she came back. And so the vet goes to the back, and she was getting the prescription written for me, and then she came back out, and she was explaining to me how I was supposed to give her medication. And I was so terrified, because one of the medications that I was going to have to give her the following day was the medication that she had just been injected with, that kind of put her into shock, that made her basically die. And I was terrified. I knew I was going to have to give it to her, but I was so scared that it was going to happen again at home after I gave it to her, because she had to be on a really high dose of it for a week to get all of the fluid out. And I was so scared that was going to happen while I was at home, and I wasn't, there wasn't going to be anything I could do to help her, and she was just going to pass away. I honestly didn't think she was going to make it through the night when I got her home, but I mean, she's just such a fighter. She just did so good. But yeah, the next day my husband went and got the prescriptions filled for me, and I gave them to her. And I told him that I'm just so scared that this is going to happen again. And he was like, well, I mean, all you can do is just be here and hold her and, love her. And if something goes wrong, at least you're with her. So I gave her the medication, and it took, because it was a pill form, it took a lot longer to get into her system. So I had taken her outside, like she had kind of poked around. She loves to just poke around and sniff the grass and just to be outside. So I took her outside for a good long while and let her just kind of poke around. And that's another thing. The vet was like, you know, you have to carry her everywhere. Don't let her strain at all. Like she just, you really need to like baby her. So I was like, no problem. Okay, I'm gonna use that bronzer that I just used. This is the Danessa Myricks. What is this one called? I don't even know what this is called, but it's a Danessa Myricks bronzer, and this is literally one of my favorite bronzers I've ever used. It's a cream bronzer, but you could see just how quickly it blended. Like it just blends like butter. You can't see this side because of the light, but I mean, oh my gosh, it's such an incredible bronzer. But anyways, and then I'm going to use this. This is an old e.l.f. Glow highlighter. It's a cream highlighter, and I like it because I can just tap it on with my finger. So anyways, when we got back in, the pill form of that medication started to kick in. She started coughing a little bit, kind of like she did at the vet, but it wasn't nearly as bad. And then she started to whimper a little bit. And I told my husband, this is it. It's going to happen again. And he was like, well, just stay calm. You know, basically it is what it is. You just have to deal with whatever comes. And I was like, you know, you're right. So I just sat with her, and then she whimpered just a tiny bit, but then she just like put her head down and went to sleep, and she was fine. And I just kept giving her the medication. I started cooking her food for her, like just really clean, lean turkey, vegetables, like a little bit of, well, not a lot, but like a little bit of corn, a little bit of celery, giving her supplements and stuff. And, you know, that I just doing whatever I could to get her well. So anyways, I took her back to the vet the next week, and they were just amazed. All the fluid was gone, and she was just doing really good. She said her heart is, and the first time I took her, sorry, I'm backtracking. The first time I took her to the vet, she told me that she was in stage 3. There's only 4 stages of congestive heart failure in dogs. And she told me she was in stage 3 and that she probably had 6 months to a year. Well, when I took her back, she said it sounds more like she's in stage 4. So I don't know what that means for life expectancy. I haven't been brave enough to look it up yet, because Molly she's in really, really good shape right now. Like the medication has just done wonders, and she's like back to my normal dog. So I haven't really looked to see what the life expectancy is once they're in stage 4. But anyway, so I took her back. I've had to take her back to the vet for 3 weeks in a row. I had to take her back 3 weeks in a row. I just took her this past Thursday, which was the 3rd week. And she's doing really good. Her heart medication stays the same, but thank goodness, she keeps lowering that fluid pill, which is the medication that made her die, basically, but also saved her life. So kind of a double-edged sword. But so this last time I took her back, she said she's been lowering her dosage of the fluid pill, and the fluid's been kept off. So she's been doing really, really good. And now we're a month out, so I don't have to take her back for another month, and she's just doing really, really good. So that's been one of the hardest things like I've ever had to go through. And I know that sounds stupid because it's just a dog. And trust me, when I was sitting there, like even when she had just like what I thought died, I was still grateful that I haven't had to go through anything like that with a human, like with my family or anything. But for me, because I haven't had to go through anything like that with a family member or a human, like that is the worst thing I've had to go through. It was horrible. But at the same time, I was very grateful that, you know, it wasn't my husband, it wasn't my daughter, it wasn't my in-laws or my mom or my dad or, you know, my brothers. So to put it into perspective. But anyways, throughout all of that, we're having to get ready to move, and that moving is so incredibly stressful for me. Packing up all my perfume and makeup and all of it is it's such a huge job. And thank God my sweet, sweet husband, he did all the packing for me. He packed up all my perfume. He just made this move so easy. He's the one that set up my whole studio. Like, he's not done. We're not done at all, but I'm just gonna let him do it because I don't know what looks good. I know that everything that I do is completely outdated. I just don't know how to make things look good the way that he does. So I can't take credit for anything. And I want your guys' feedback. If you like the studio, if you like how things look, let me know. If there's something you feel like we need to tweak, let me know. I would love the feedback. But anyways, I'm gonna use this. I just wanna do a real simple look. This is the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad in Nude Dip. And I'm just gonna pat on one of these shades all over with my finger. And I think I'm gonna go in with this one here, this kind of nudie, kind of like a nudie rose gold color. So anyways, I do want to tell you, there was one symptom that Molly had that if I would have known and I would have gotten her to the vet before it got really bad, they could have gotten her on medication like a long time ago, and it would have been, you know, it wouldn't have gone down this way. And I'm fully responsible for that. I did not know, but if you have a dog and if they ever like cough and then at the end make like a cack sound, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's like they'll cough and they'll go cack at the very end. That is like a telltale sign that they have congestive heart failure. I don't know how long Molly's been coughing like that because it was so sporadic. Most of the time she would do it after she ate, or like she would go out and she would want to eat grass, and she would cough like that. It was very few and far between though. It wasn't like, it wasn't something that happened all the time. She didn't have any kind of like a consistent cough. It would just happen, you know, randomly. And I just thought, and because it would happen after she would eat, I just thought that, you know, she got food stuck in her throat or whatever, and she would do it once and then she wouldn't do it again for weeks. So I just had no idea that it was, because it was just such a mundane thing. I had no idea that it was a sign of congestive heart failure. If I would have taken her the first time she ever coughed like that, things could have been very different. And I will forever feel very responsible or I should say very irresponsible for not having recognized that. So if you have a dog and you're watching this and your dog ever coughs like that, even if it's once every month they do it, please take them to the vet because it is a telltale sign of congestive heart failure. But anyway, so that is what I've been dealing with for the past month. On top of moving, we moved into the most amazing apartment. So I'll get to the really good stuff. I'm just using this is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. I love this. I'm just gonna tight line with this. So when I was pregnant with Charlotte in November of 2012, Charlie and I moved into these really gorgeous loft apartments right across the street from the ones we're in now. It was called the Mayfair Mills Lofts. And they had only been open for like a few years when we moved in, so they were super like modern and beautiful. This was in 2012. We loved them. They pretty much turned all of the old like textile and cotton mills in the South, in the area that we're in. They've pretty much turned all of the old mills into apartment buildings, and they are phenomenal. They're fantastic. Like our ceilings have to be like 24 feet high. It's incredible. Huge windows, concrete floors, like stained concrete floors, super modern, really beautiful. Well, we moved into the Mayfair Mills lofts when that was the first mill that they ever converted into apartments. And we moved in there right before Charlotte was born, and that is where we brought her home to, and that's where she lived until she was 9 months old, and we bought our first house. And then we moved up to North Carolina. Well, the apartments that we just moved out of were terrible. We hated them so much. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It was tiny, like 568 square feet. We chose it for the location because it was really close to where I can get to a Walmart easily, so I can do my Spark driving. And it was very close to my husband's work. He works a couple towns up from us. So it was just a really great location. I'm not gonna lie, we will miss the location because it was great, but the apartment itself was trash. It was horrible. So we both were like, dude, we need to, if we're gonna have to stay in an apartment, because we know we've probably got another year before we can get like a tiny cabin put on our property to where we can start building our house. We're just not there yet. We've got septic work that needs to be done. There's a backlog for getting your perk test done. Here in South Carolina now, they don't just come out and test the soil anymore. You actually have to hire a backhoe driver. They have to come out and actually dig where the septic tank is going to be. So it's like a lot. So we know that we've got probably another year before we're going to be ready to actually move on to our property, and we knew we could not do another year in that apartment. There was just no way. So we both were like, dude, why don't we move back into the lofts, because they're just incredible. We're super happy here. For whatever reason though, we looked at the newer loft apartments that have been built since. They just opened a brand spanking new one, but it was across town. It wasn't really in a great location for us. So we were gonna look at Mayfair again, but then we knew that this one that is basically right across the street and like diagonal from Mayfair, we knew that they had opened these and that they were new and they would probably be, more modern, and just, these have only been open for 2 years. So the most anybody has ever lived in our apartment is like 2 other people before us. So we just looked at these ones, and then the one that we found had this extra like space that I can use as a studio. I'm gonna get another desk. I'll be able to set up like a perfume making station so I can get back to working on making my own perfume. It's perfect. I might do like an apartment tour for you guys when it finally gets all set. My husband really wants me to do like a studio tour for you guys though, which I probably will. Let me know if you're interested in that, and I will do like a little tour of my little studio here. But yeah, it's been fantastic. We love this apartment. We're super happy here, and it's just perfect for us. It couldn't be more perfect. So yeah, that's what has been going on for the last like 3 weeks to a month. This is the L'Oreal Panorama Voluminous or Voluminous Panorama Mascara. This is in a brown shade. This is, I think, brown. This is black brown. And I love it. I like using a brown mascara. Recently I've just really been enjoying a brown mascara. I don't know, there's something about it that's really youthful looking, and it doesn't look so harsh. Black can look really harsh. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I also have not been putting mascara on my bottom lashes, and Charlotte tells me it looks way better when I don't put it on my bottom lashes. So I've just been doing top lashes. And yeah, that's it. I haven't really been doing much with makeup. I haven't even done my makeup for like 2 weeks because I pre-filmed so much because I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep up with YouTube while I was trying to get moved and dealing with the dog and all that. So I pre-filmed a ton. I still have videos pre-filmed. So you guys will see this and you'll see this week's what I wore last week video, but then you're gonna see 2 more videos in my old apartment because I pre-filmed so many videos. I've still got some that I need to get up this week. So just know that it's gonna be kind of weird because it's gonna be going back to like, you're gonna see these videos first and then older ones are gonna go up. But anyways, yeah, that's what has been going on. Thankfully, everything has finally calmed down, and everything is great with my mom now. Everything's really good here now. Like, we're good. Molly's good. Her medication has been really lowered now to where she's only taking one of the fluid pills. It's called furosemide, I think is what it's called. She's down to taking 1 pill every other day. I may end up calling the vet and asking if I can give her a half a pill every day, because the reason that she wants to get her down is because that fluid pill, it's a strong diuretic and it's very hard on her kidneys. But on the mornings that I don't give it to her, she will kind of have a little bit of a dry cough in the morning, but then it goes away. So it's not like she's coughing consistently. It'll just be in the morning. And I think it's like after she's rested and been at rest all night where the fluids kind of starts to accumulate a little bit, but it gives her kidneys a break for a day. And then I give her the pill again the following day, and then she pees all that fluid off. So I don't know. I'm just so scared that, I'm just so scared something's going to happen to her. But, yeah, she is not going to be around for, too much longer. I hope I can get at least another year with her, but I'm prepared. Like, I'm mentally prepared for it, and I just want to give her the best life that I can give her and make her as happy as I possibly can for her the rest of her time here. So she gets lots of love, she gets lots of walks. I carry her everywhere, but she doesn't want to be carried everywhere. She does want to walk, so I do let her walk some. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking about that because I know it's very sad, it's very depressing, but she's okay, and she's doing super, super well. And thank goodness for my amazing vet who has completely saved her life and turned everything around. Now I just need to get Hannah into the vet. Hannah just went to the vet like a year ago. So Hannah should be good, but I want to get her checked out and just make sure that there's nothing going on, because Hannah's 13 too. But anyways, you guys, that is makeup done. No, it's not. Let me get a lip product. Okay, I'm just gonna use this one, and the light is getting a little bit weird now because it's really starting to shine down on me, so I don't know if there we go. So the lighting is starting to really come in on me, so I might have to wait to film my next video. But I'm gonna use, this is my favorite lip gloss. This is the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline, and this is in the shade Petal, and I love it so much. So I'm just gonna put this on. If anybody has emailed me in the last month and I haven't responded, that's why I haven't even been checking my email. I haven't responded to anybody. So anyways, that is makeup done. I love that Tom Ford palette. Of course, I've got mascara because I always end up getting mascara right close to my lash line. But those Tom Ford palettes are beautiful because it's a baked gelée formula, and they're super almost wet looking. They're really, really pretty. They're great for just a one and done eyeshadow look if you just wanna, I can't tell if this is even focused there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're great for just a one and done eyeshadow look. Just, you can pop it on with your finger and they're really pretty. Sorry, Hannah's under me moving around. And yeah, I'm like working on trying to get my hair to grow out like thicker and longer and better. So anyways, you guys, yeah, that is, I haven't done one of these videos in so long. I don't even know like what I'm saying or doing. So just bear with me. I'll get back into it. Yeah, and being in a new space, this is really strange too, but I'll get back into a routine and I'll be good. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see this every week, every other week, just anytime that I want to film one. Let me know if you guys want to see it. I can definitely upload them on this channel. I know a lot of you have asked me for them, so yeah, just give me some feedback. Definitely give me some feedback about the new space. If there's anything you don't like, if there's anything you do like, I would love to hear it. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.